everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Long Live the Queen. So let's go ahead and check our skills here. It's been a couple of days since I've played this, so I need to get reacquainted with all the such right here. One thing I gotta say, I think we're actually going to take today to finish up the dog training. Just because, I was talking to Stratazing outside of, recording, obviously, and I was informed that apparently you need, like, I think it was court manners. You need 80 court manners to not eat the chocolate. So that really scares me because our poison is probably not nearly high enough to survive in that regard. I think our accounting/trade should be high enough because I think that was one of the checks as well, checking, like, seeing if the. Actually, was that one? No, that was not. That's the one that I was saying I thought should have been a check, because I was thinking you should, like, examine what company the chocolates came from to see if they were legit or something like that. But actually, that one does not exist. I was wrong. The dogs definitely did, though. And they're at 78, so I would imagine that 75 might be the check, but it's probably safe to get that as high as possible, because the last thing I would want would be for us to die from poisoning once again. So we're gonna have dogs as one thing. And then, as I was mentioning before, I would really like to work on getting our weapons skills up, or like military medicine, mainly in the battlefield range. And maybe a little bit into economics as well, but I do want to prioritize being a lumen so much, because those lumen skills, I'm sure, are going to be so important later on. So let's actually continue resist magic. In other days, we could start working on that other stuff as well. So this, I hope, should be fine for now, and won't end up messing with our plans in the future. Nice! Dogs got to 100, so if we fail that check, I will eat my hat. 80. You train your dogs to search for hidden treats, items, and people. Boom! That's the one that I would imagine should help us with the poisons. 90. You go for walks with your dog in the woods and invite him to fetch anything interesting that he can find. That's pretty cool. 100. You train your dog to perform silly tricks on command. Why? Why is that 100? Honestly, from reading this, I feel like 80 was the point where Elodie learned everything that she had to learn from this training. And basically these two, she's just kind of having fun with her dog, especially number 100. She's like, I've learned everything I need to know. Who cares? Who gives a damn about training my dog anymore? Let's just have some fun. Ooh, I have nothing to learn about dogs, of course. 20! Ooh, nice, got to 25 as well. You learn to consciously project a magical field through your thoughts, blocking outside magic from touching your mind, but only when you have the energy to consciously resist. There is a woman here to see you. She is a musician and wishes crown patronage. I remember this lady, which means money. Your Royal Highness, if you accept me as a member of your court, I will immortalize you in word and song. I have dabbled in musical styles from many countries and can entertain your guests and lighten your evenings. Immortalize me in words? I wonder if she wrote that filthy poem. Oh, shoot. Hey, intrigue success! Musicians are often used to— oh wait, this is what we did before. Musicians are often used as secret agents and messengers. They could be useful and dangerous. The musician sings a little ditty to demonstrate her skills with the lute. Ah, I figured that would fail. She's actually pretty good. Okay, since I'm trying to boost our military, and I really hope since we got that intrigue thing, she'll be able to be used for that in the future, let's actually go ahead and accept her once again. Probably not good since we did give that county money early on to keep using up our funds, but hopefully this will work out in the end. Very well, you can remain as part of the court. I will do my best for you. Good work, lady. Just you're not gonna be our well, technically you're still gonna be a musician, but not in the way you probably think. You're going to, like, be our spy. -2 to angry, +1 to cheerful. -2 should bring it down, I'm pretty sure. God damn. I think we went through that last time. I want to get more angry. I want to get Elodie really angry. And get depressed up. So the raising the cheerful would be nice. But we could go for making her afraid. But that's not going to give her the boosts that we want right now. There's nothing that really makes Elodie angry. Man. That's the rough thing about this situation. I guess what we're going to do, unfortunately we might end up working on pressured once again, but is there a way to lower pressured nicely? We could add lonely, and +2 to willful, but then willful would get maxed out over angry. I don't know, this is a weird situation to be in, although I think a good plan for today might be working on getting our depression level down. So let's go ahead and just attend to service. We might want to still go ahead and put some points into our agility then, just to get that sports thing unlocked. Although, I don't... Dance, we do not need to work on dance at all at this point. That's gonna be useless to us. Unless, although some people consider swordplay and, like, maybe even polearms a type of dance. Like, they say, like, and I know that might sound a little bit weird, but I know that actually is the case. Like, mainly with fencing, people consider it a kind of dance in its own way. But let's, that doesn't give a negative to these. Just doesn't give the positive bonus I would want. Nice to see that we got that awesome green thing, though. I really like it when the bar turns green when it's complete. So let's see, I think it probably is very important for us to start working on the military. But you know what? That bonus is going to help us so significantly. So who knows, maybe flexibility will be important, even though it will only be like at 25 or something, or at least as high as we get it. Or get all of these skills until we actually unlock the sports. Or is that just tennis? It might specifically be tennis. I know the symbol was a tennis racket. But until we unlock the sports or tennis thing to get our anger up, it might be okay to get some points into these. So we'll go for flexibility, and then we could do wield magic instead of the other two. So that'll be awesome for us. 20. You practice circling your arms and making kicking motions with your legs to stretch out your limbs. It's a 27, which is very, very good. 10. You learn to summon a small glowing light, which you can then move around immediately. How is Adair settling into life at the castle? Oh, this is the dude we want to marry. This is that we chose to marry. That's interesting. I found him in the garden trying to catch frogs. Oh, he sounds cute. Animal handling success, oh my god! We're bonding! That's so cool. So I showed him a few tricks. I'm sure you'll work things out. That is awesome. I really hope we succeed now, because now I could, maybe I just picked like the perfect bride for Elodie. Or groom. Perfect bride for Elodie. I don't know what I'm talking about. Probably work on depressed once again. I think that would probably be the best thing for this scenario. Really wish there was a way to bring pressure down, but it will at least be nice. Let's see if there's a way to bring pressure down and cheerful up. That doesn't make any sense at all, so probably not. +1 to... No, but pressure needs to be down. Oh, shoot! Visit the dungeons adds angry. It also increases willful, though. Is there something that just decreases willful? Or, obviously, boosts yielding. 10 court did 2 to yielding, but then we would have to deal with pressured again. Let's actually... Oh, but angry is the farthest to the left. I think we just maxed out angry by visiting the dungeons right now. I don't think I've read this, too. You sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons. Petty thieves and troublemakers, now suffering in the dark. They're obviously bad people. but seeing them so miserable still feels unfair. There must be a better way. Yeah, Elodie's angry. She's probably angry because of the position of the country or something. She's like, oh, there must be a better way. We must help those poor prisoners. So let's see. Awesome, weapons is up and military is up. And our Lumen skills didn't receive a negative bonus from that. So it's almost perfect. The one negative is that medicine is still gaining a negative. But honestly, just a 0.16 negative is something that I would probably feel okay about ironing out in the future. I would only do that, though, once I've utilized our maxing out of these two to its fullest. And honestly, by that point, I'm probably not going to have too many points in anger anymore, which would obviously get rid of the negative bonus if I swap my mood. So things are looking pretty cool right now, and now we actually don't have to focus on those at all. So things are probably going to be pretty good. Only question now is military, or do we work on our own weapons? Question here is then, is self-defense better than, like, our army's defense? We gotta consider when war might be happening. Let's go ahead and do military stuff, mainly because I think we're gonna be defending ourselves with our magic, you know? With our resist magic, wield magic, sense magic. Hopefully that'll be our way of defending ourselves for the time being, while we work on our army's strength. And hopefully, if we do get to war, it would be one of those things where the military strength would keep people away from me if our weapons are still low. But I would hope by the time a war would start, we'd get our weapons, like, maxed out, or at least very, very high. So looks like it's gonna be military and wield magic. Only question is, what do we want to do in military? And once we find it, what if we... Okay, we worked on logistics. I think that 1.16... we'll get it to 25? Yeah, because we get 10 points per day, correct? 10 points not including the bonus? I'm pretty sure that's how it works, so this should be perfect. It was logistics. I apparently have the memory of a, I don't know, mole rat. Awesome, worked. 20, you study the kinds of equipment that soldiers need available, such as bedding, weapons, armor, medicine, bandages, and the tools to repair anything damaged. 30. You study different kinds of transport. Animals, wagons, sledges, ships, boats, and boots. I wonder if we, that would be really cool if the animal section of it was actually improved even more by our animal handling stat. 20. You learn how to cast rays of white light, which can banish shadows and bind your opponents. Now that sounds really badass. Yay! I think we unlocked our little magic outfit. That'll make me very happy. Oh, come on! We just put points into logistics and our trade is pretty high. Also, what does that have to do with logistics and trade? Staring up into the sky, out your window, you notice a strange flash of light. I'd imagine that'd be sense magic, or divination. A falling star! Pretty! I remember that now. Maybe the logistics and trade one was actually just a random check for that and wasn't really relevant to the saying there. Maybe it's that war is coming and we might not have the funds for it, and I should have been able to realize that, but Elodie didn't, because she's not quite fully prepared for that. I think we're gonna go with minus depressed. Take a minus to depressed, or we could keep on pushing the angry willful, just to make sure that's as high as possible. That would also keep pressured, or make it less likely that pressured would be able to max it out if pressured rises, due to whatever events that might take place. So let's go ahead and do that again. Grrr, Elodie's pissed. Okay, back to our classes, I suppose. Super sad that logistics and trade, that's over 50 combined. Guess that's still not enough, I suppose, but I'm a little bit disappointed it wasn't even a partial success. I don't know, maybe I should put more points into trade rather than accounting, because I think trade has certainly come up more than accounting does. But then again, accounting was what we used to get inside and get our lumen crystal. So, definitely happy that I did do that. Whatever, looks like we're gonna go for, how about strategy first, and go back to sense magic? As you guys know, I always like to max those things out first, but actually, I think it might make sense to go for resist magic because it's lower. Actually, does that even matter at all? I'm not even sure. Let's just do sense magic. Get that out of the way, and sense magic seems to happen more often early in the game, so I think that would definitely be the smarter way to handle that. 10. You study the strengths and weaknesses of different weapons and battle formations. 50. You learn to detect ongoing enchantments, such as blessed weapons that can do magical damage. Boom! That's what I really want to learn to do. Blessed weapons that do magical damage. Become the greatest fighter of all time. I have unpleasant news to report. Is it war? If it's war, I'm rather ill-prepared right now. Why am I reading this without reading it out loud? Talarist, the Duke of Sedna, has instituted high tariffs and trade restrictions at the Elithan border. Business is disrupted, and there are growing shortages of supplies. Send emergency aid or do nothing. Didn't even get a check for that. What is the emergency aid exactly? That's what I want to know. Is that like in the form of funds or in people? I would imagine people. So I'd prefer to do nothing. I don't know. I don't want to anger other people, but I also want to keep our stuff here. Let's just send emergency aid. See if that works out okay for us. We might be doing bad things for our future, but you know. Then the royal treasury will pay to keep the people fed. Very well. Hopefully that will... I mean, we do have a lot of points in regards to trade and accounting and stuff like that. But I just really wished we had some check there, rather than absolutely nothing. So let's just go ahead and attend the service. Minus to 8! What?! Oh, crap. Stratazing, you were right! That's not good. That's really, really bad. I guess the attend service does change, but I would have to guess that it changes based on some, once the traits reach some max point? Like, maybe once they're at the 3rd mark, they, then it swaps to minus that? I don't know. Apparently I don't know how attend service works at all, but apparently attend service does, at least at some point, minus what your highest trait is. I know it doesn't always do that, because before, depressed wasn't our main trait, or our main mood, and it was still -1 to depressed, so... Oh man, that's not good for us. What's our bonuses? Economics is a minus now, but that's honestly okay. Looks like we're probably still gonna focus on military then, because I want to keep... I think at this point, I think I just want to work on weapons, our military, and our lumen skills, at least for the time being. That would give us a chance to put some points into medicine while it's no longer a negative. But I kind of feel like war might be imminent. And once again, intrigue, both intrigue and history are, I think, the two of the most important stats in this entire game. So it would make a lot of sense to put some points into intrigue right now. But I also think we're beyond that point. I may be wrong, since we've just kind of passed the halfway point on at least this calendar marker. Or, I would say, like, this is the halfway point, because this is where we started, I believe. But then again, that's also where we should end, since it was a year till our birthday when we began, if I remember correctly. So it should end once it gets there, rather than ending when it gets there. So I don't know. Basically what I'm getting at is there's probably still a lot of chances for intrigue and history to pop up as checks. But I still think weapons and military might be more important because I'm not sure when war will arrive, and I want to be prepared when it does. So let's go ahead and work on our strategy and sense magic once again, just to get that as high as possible. 20. You study the effects of battle stress on troops and how morale can turn the tide of combat. You study military recruitment and the importance of training and motivation in making soldiers who can trust and depend on each other. 60. You learn to tell the difference between kinds... Wait, no. Sorry, my throat. You learn to tell the difference between different kinds of magical signatures, so that you can tell roughly what a spell you detect is meant to achieve. 70. You expand your magical perceptions to give you some idea of where a detected spell was cast from and how long ago. Okay, so we're almost at 80. But, I'm just trying to remember that for thinking if we should do sense magic next time as well, or just wait on that for a bit. My lady, there is a letter for you. Another letter from Bryony. Why does she keep writing me? We were never even friends. She says she's bored and lonely, and she's looking forward to seeing me at Gwenelle's birthday party. That's right! Gwenelle is about to turn 15. She'll be Duchess of Sudbury for real now. This other letter must be my invitation to her birthday celebration next week. Gwenelle and I were friends at school, and this will be a big event, but it's also a long way to travel. A lot of things could happen on the road. Divination failed once again. I think we're actually going to send our regrets once again. This might anger people towards wanting to go to war with us, but I don't think we're quite at the point, at least compared to last time. I don't think we're quite at the point where I would feel safe going. I would rather get our our weapon skills higher, or our, like, reflexes and other agility traits higher like they were in the last run. But then we didn't go then in the past, so let's send our regrets. I'd better stay here. Ah, attend service is still -1 to angry. That is so bad. So bad. No way I can get yielding up without increasing pressured or angry? I mean, or afraid? Let me check that. Let's look at everything that's yielding. That's +1 to pressured, so I don't want that. Yeah, minus willful or plus to yielding. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. No, that's cheerful. Cheerful's the alternate. No, afraid is the alternate to angry. So this actually might be exactly what we need. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. Let's go ahead and play with our toys. We're angry again, right? Oh, thank God. I was a little bit scared. Thought it didn't work for a sec. Even though Elodie is pretty clearly pissed off in this photo. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. What do we want to do? That means I could go back to or continue military while feeling much happier about it, at least. So, looks like we're to naval strategy. That'll be super good to get that done, so we could then start really maxing out our other things in that regard. Question is there a point to... I don't think we should finish off Sense Magic yet, because I think if we work on the others, we can get all the way to 100 in just one go. So let's go ahead and do a swap over to Resist Magic. Naval Strategy, and Resist Magic once again. You might also think it might be wise to switch out of our Tux for now, especially since I don't think it's helped us immensely. I just like it too much. in all honesty, that's the simple truth of that. It's got so many bow ties. It's got 3 bow ties. It's got really nice synergy with them, with the 2 blacks and the white one. It's just like the ultimate outfit. 10. You learn that the sea is not something you hold. It is something you travel across. Naval strategy ensures your free travel while denying it to your enemies. 20. You study different kinds of ships, their names, designs, and the number of crew needed for each. 30. You gain innate resistance to light and dark. You can now see in the blackest caves or stare into the sun without going blind. So that one is still, like, probably one of my favorite, flavor texts in the entire game because it's so cool sounding. 40. You learn to consciously project a magical shield around your body, blocking intrusion, a powerful technique, but you can't keep it up for long. Sigh. All of my friends are at Gwinnell's party and I don't get to go. Oh, court manners failed, yep. I sent Gwinnell a letter saying that I couldn't come, but it was her mother, the Countess, who replied. I think she's insulted that I didn't consider the event important enough to attend. Well, that just sucks. Sucks to suck, lady, but that's the way we're gonna have to deal with things right here. Okay, 10 service is still -1 to angry, so I think we're gonna visit the dungeons. That's probably the safest bet for us for the next while. Although that would be pretty depressing for Elodie. I'm surprised that attending the dungeons doesn't make us depressed and angry. Although I suppose the willful does make sense in the context of what was written there, which is pretty cool. I don't know exactly how I feel about our place right now, but I'm feeling somewhat confident. Granted, looking at our stats, they're all kind of wonky. Like, it's kind of weird. Animal handling maxed out, and economics not maxed out, but pretty high. And obviously animal handling isn't maxed out, it's just that, like, dogs is maxed out. I don't know, looking at this, I would not imagine this would be a standard setup. It's just kind of silly and bizarre. But honestly, with the path that we're going on now, we'll probably still be in so much danger, but I would feel relatively safe. Especially once we get this weapon stuff up. Get the weapon stuff up, get the military up. Maybe once that's done as well, we could either work on athletics or agility. Basically, at this point, I want to do everything to keep Elodie physically safe. Who cares about history, intrigue, and the royal and the social stats? All of this is more important to me right now, and especially this. We want to become the greatest lumen, or greatest magical lady in the world. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Random thing, I never noticed that there's a... Why are we in our bedroom all the time? I don't know, kind of weird. Oh, we're taking our classes in the morning, so it's probably that Elodie, like, just woke up, just got dressed, and she's thinking, like, this is what I'm gonna do today. Looks like she's got, like, a frickin' fur coat on her bed, though. That's pretty damn intense. I don't know what else that would be, seeing as it's only on half of the bed. I don't know what that is. That's weird. But I don't know. Apparently I'm just gonna ramble for this. Got some nice purple curtains. But anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I wonder what's in that chest.